Hey EC Athletics, welcome back to episode 4 of the Senior Spotlight. My name is Taylor Campbell and I'm here with some of our seniors from EC Softball. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us your name, where you're from, and your major here at Emmanuel.
Okay. I'm Allie Harris. I'm from Hurt County, Georgia, and my major is physical education, and I'm an outfielder senior here on the Emmanuel softball team.
And I'm Hannah Williams. I'm from St. Simons Island, Georgia, and I'm a kinesiology major and I play third.
Awesome, thanks ladies. So how long have each of you been playing softball and what kind of initially got you into softball?
For me, I have been playing, of course I played t-ball, and that was enjoyable, and so growing up I kind of picked up more on basketball as a little kid, but then most of my friends in elementary school played softball, so I decided to go with softball, and now I'm one of the few that are actually playing in college, so it worked out pretty great.
Yeah. Well, I was like 13, so I grew up playing almost every sport. I loved volleyball, basketball, I shared a love for that, but softball stood out for everything. And for some reason, I just love being out on the field. I could leave everything off the field, and once I stepped down there, I was a whole new person, and I loved who I became when I was out there. So I have a passion for it.
Yeah. And neither one of you actually originally started here at Emmanuel, so where did you transfer from and how long have you been here at Emmanuel?
I started at Southern Union State Community College. It's a small college in Wadley, Alabama, and I have been here for 2 years now. This will be my second year here.
And I transferred from the College of Coastal Georgia, so I studied biology while I was there, so I didn't really do sports, but once I came here, I started to play. I signed on the softball team, and this is my second year.
Awesome. So how has COVID impacted you guys since you've been here, like personally, and how do you feel like it's going to impact this season? I know, tough one.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like my family has prepared me for COVID. When everything first began to happen, my dad kind of sat me down and explained like the process that he thought he was going to see through this. And so that kind of gave me a good gist about how it was going to impact my social life and how that needed to change a little bit. But at school, we're still able to practice as a team and be around each other. And so that was the main goal, was to be able to be around my team. And so really it's been a positive, and everything else has been in small groups like chapel. And so that's been really neat to see how everything's just small socializing. It's not as large scaled, so, and that's been pretty neat because I've gotten to know a lot more people one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then for me, just growing up, I was raised to, when you have a problem, you figure out how to work it out, and you figure out how to fix it. So I feel like as a team, we all realize how much we missed ball. We all of our hearts beat for it. So I feel like we all grind even more when we're on the field, and we work harder, and we're more of a team. And COVID has affected how everything works, but I think that there's a blessing in everything, so we just have to work hard to find that. And I feel like as a team we have.
Yeah. Well, with COVID and how it was kind of introduced and like kind of a major thing this summer and a lot of unknowns were happening, were you guys able to prepare for the season like while you were back at home, and how did you prepare kind of?
Well, a lot of indoor hitting facilities, were closed, and then, but I was able to get in the yard and do a few things. I have a small cage at the house, and then as far as like staying in shape, my grandmother gave me a weight bench, and so I actually hired a virtual personal trainer to send me workouts and to kind of keep track of the workouts that I'm doing as I log them. And so that was really cool to be able to do the workouts that I needed to get done right there at home with my own little weight bench and setup. So it was pretty nice. I was able to stay in shape.
Yeah. Over the summer, I studied for my NASM PT certification, so I actually became a certified personal trainer over the summer.
Wow.
So I got a job at a gym, so I was able to shadow, other personal trainers while working there, and they really helped me stay in shape, and then mentally be prepared for the game and the season. that we would meet next year. So.
Yeah, well, let's transition a little bit into this upcoming season. What are y'all expecting from your team and just from like EC softball this season?
I'm expecting nothing less than a conference championship and possibly farther. I think that Emmanuel has always been overlooked in the softball area, and last year we were a lot better than what most people in our conference realized, and I truly believe, hands down, at least before we leave the school, I want a conference championship, and I believe we have the talent and the team chemistry really to get that done, and the new coaching staff, they've been awesome, so I can really see that in the future.
Oh yeah, I feel like we all know that we want to be out there. We all work super hard, and we're not willing to give up. So as a team, I think we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna grind till the very end, and I see us getting that conference. So.
Yeah, well, what should the team expect from you guys as seniors and as leaders out there on the field? What should they be expecting from you this season?
From me, it's a little bit different than for most other seniors. I'm a little bit more on the goofier side, and so for me, they should just expect me to be happy to be at practice and to really just lighten the mood. And even when it's intense, like I know how to be serious, but at the same time, I like to keep it fun for everybody, so they're not as tense when we play. So for me, I lead in a goofy way to kind of make it lighthearted for everyone.
Oh yeah, she keeps everybody hyped.
Yeah.
She can be super serious, and then she busts out a joke, and we're like, okay, everything's okay.
Yeah.
But and I think just being a positive role model for everybody, and like whenever you face ups and downs, it's how you react to the game and how you play ball and the way you make people feel. They'll always remember that. So I think that's something important to show your teammates. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Does Emmanuel softball have like a slogan or a motto or something that you guys kind of like to live and play by?
Yeah, there's something that we kind of came up with last year.
Yeah.
It was keep it fresh, keep it clean. And we always say that before we get it up. But we also, this year we have a team Bible verse that our coach came up with that's really neat. Talking about how we don't play for man, we play for the Lord.
That's awesome. Yeah. And what does that mean to you guys, like while you're out there on the field? How do you use that to kind of drive you to continue playing to the best of your ability?
It reminds me that there's an audience of one. It reminds me that we're all human. We strive for perfection, but we never get there. And even coach reminds us, even after practice, which is so cool. He says we're all working trying to get there, but we're not there until we reach heaven. So it reminds me that, okay, I've got to do my best, but no matter what I do, He still loves me the same, and I have to make sure that I reciprocate, that love to my teammates and remind them of that too. So.
Yeah, thank you. And we've touched a little bit on the new coaching staff, but I want to go back to that and just ask how Coach Fagan has kind of impacted you guys already. I know that it's been a short time that y'all have had to get to know each other, but I would love for you to share just a little bit about that impact and how you see that continuing going forward into the season.
Personally, finding out that our old coaches were leaving, that was devastating. Like they were wonderful people, and honestly, like I prayed very hard for a place, and I found this place, and I found those coaches, and so when I heard that they were leaving, it was kind of like, okay, Lord, like what are you throwing at me next? And honestly, Coach Fagan and Coach Haley coming in and taking over, it was probably the best possible outcome that could have happened. And I believe that with the talent that we have and with the knowledge that they have, I can see him taking this program very, very far and changing a lot of things and like the expectations of this program.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I feel like whenever we did find out that our coach was he had to leave, like, oh my goodness, it's like I felt like all of our hearts dropped. So I had to pray too, and just pray for peace about it, because we didn't know what was coming next, if it was the team was gonna get better, or if we were gonna fall. And it's just really important who leads us. And telling you, the first day we met Coach Fagan over a Zoom call, I was like, oh, You know, he was so peaceful.
We
It's
knew.
just, yeah, we all knew. We were like, yeah, this is him. But he has, I mean, personally, he's impacted my life, and I know he's touched a lot of, you know, all my other teammates. But just the way he leads us and he encourages us, and you know, he shows us our mistakes, but he shows us our mistakes to make us better, and that's what we need. So he's been awesome. His daughter, Coach Haley, she's been awesome, and we all get along really good. So we're super thankful for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's great. And as this is, you know, the senior season, with your majors, do you guys have any plans or goals that you're kind of striving towards for graduation or for after graduation? I would love just to hear a little bit about that.
The goal that I'm striving for is hopefully when I finally do have my degree to get into a graduates program and hopefully to be a grad assist somewhere, because I would really like to coach college softball. And so if I could get as a grad assist and hopefully just acquire a master's while doing that, that's the ultimate goal. And to take it from there, I mean, the Lord could put me in high school, but my ultimate dream, if He allows it, will be coaching college softball.
My plan is to, once I graduate, to go into DPT school. So it's a school for physical therapy. So that's what I'm working on with my major. So I have hopes of doing that and hopes of coaching softball one day. College would be awesome, but you know, it's at any level. I think it's just the love of the game. You want to keep going. So.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for sharing just a little bit about you and about your senior season, about Coach Fagan, and about softball team. I would love for you guys to finish out by telling Emmanuel what your favorite memory has been while you've been playing softball here at Emmanuel, and just kind of finish out that way. I know it's tough. You can take a minute to think. I know it's tough.
Favorite memory?
Honestly, if we're softball-wise, my favorite memories are the bus rides with Coach Allen.
Oh.
I mean,
his TikToks.
He is hilarious. He plays the best playlist, and like the whole team collectively, like most of the time you would see girls with headphones in and kind of just vibing along, but like when we're all on his bus, he brings like this little disco ball that he puts in the top, and he cranks the music up, and I'm telling you, that's probably the most fun that I have throughout the year. I mean, playing the game is fun, but like enjoyable moments with a team like that is really what's going to last. And then as far as the school, it's probably getting followed by a skunk here at Emmanuel.
Yes.
Like
I
everywhere
had a dream
I
about
go.
that skunk last night. No lie.
Really?
I did, for real. Okay,
Everywhere
go ahead.
that I go, I feel like when I lived in Hartsfield, this skunk would follow me. And like I would always smell it. And I'm like, I know that he's around. And so that was just kind of funny, the whole joke about me one day catching a skunk. And
Yeah. I think my favorite was pretty recent. We had team weights the other day, and you brought your speaker, and I think it was Whitney Houston. Like we were all at our stations, and then all of a sudden, like her song comes on, and we're like, yeah, we're just singing to Whitney Houston and doing push-ups and squatting, and it was, you could tell like the softball girls were in there. So we loved it because we would dance, and it was just, you know, lighthearted. So that's my favorite memory.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for sharing, like I said earlier, just a little bit about yourselves and about softball. We look forward to a great season and a conference championship this year. We're really excited.
Yes.
So thanks, y'all.